Okay, and this is going to be the third feature match of the Looking for Gold Scrim Summer 2022 tournament, and I am joined by Dryden, formerly from Team Big D, right? Or was it Big B?
It's okay. It's a little slanted in the middle. It's Big B.
Big B. Okay, not Big D. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad.
That's okay.
So yeah,
Our,
yeah.
our sub team was going to be Big D, but we never
Okay.
got there.
Never, never quite got there. Wow. Okay. Well, as you can clearly see from what's on the screen here, he's a Top Gun enthusiast and also pretty good at some Overwatch. Some might say
I'm all right. I mainly do coaching.
a little bit of coaching. Okay. Okay. And I understand you coach a lot of ball, right?
I do that. I'm kind of awkwardly the ball main. I'm pretty much like everything, but I've been coaching since launch, and I've just been doing club collegiate, so I've never really risen up the ranks just because I've never had the time. I
Okay.
probably could have tried, but I never had the time.
Nice though. I mean, well, I've known Dryden for quite a while. I know I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lot of cool stuff to add to this. So I'm really excited for it. What we have for you guys today is a match between O7 Titanium and Topaz Titans. So I'm hoping
Bunch of
to give you,
precious metals here.
yeah, a little bit of precious metals for sure. So I'm excited to give you this feature match, and we're going to be starting off on Nepal again for the third time. People, listen, I swear, Elios is part of the map pool. We can go to Elios too at some point in time, I promise. But until then, we are going to see Nepal again for the third time in a row on the feature match.
You know what? I'm appalled that it's Nepal.
You're appalled that it's Nepal, huh? Okay, so the
Appalled
dad
that it's
jokes.
Nepal. I
It didn't
wanted
take
Ilios,
long.
man.
How long did it take for the dad jokes to start? What fucking
It's okay.
2 minutes? 2 minutes, and
We
they
full
already
on clever tonight. We full on
full
clever
on
tonight.
clever. Okay, well I'm welcome to it. I like the dad jokes. Not everyone likes the dad jokes, but I like them, so they're gonna stay. They're definitely here to stay. So dad jokes aside, what do you like here? Do you like six man? Do you like brawl? Do you like spam? What do you like?
You know, this map on Sanctum, I really like a lot of different ones. I
Yeah.
think Brawl has its place,
Okay.
but you could really go with a bunker or a split. I think that's really good.
Okay.
Sometimes I do like it. I rarely like Hog, but I do like Hog kind of going underneath and just whole hogging everyone into the pit. We'll see what comes out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely see. It looks like we're gonna get a ball comp from O7 Titanium side here. And they did play
Yeah.
this yesterday, so I'm interested to see how that goes for them. Other side, going to play a pulled pork, and they're going to come around the right side, trying to take bridge control as quick as possible, with the Hanzo especially. That's going to be dangerous for O7 and see how they handle it. Little pull there on Mighty.
Both teams a little afraid to take space here.
Indeed, big roll through, though. Dez just waiting there in the wings in the background. That's a big slam from Noah.
Engage. Ooh.
Hog uses E. It looks like rub the dub, going on to point, seeing if he can take it. Get first take here. Dez going to try to
Red team
challenge him.
looks like to be up. Oh, main tank's down.
Main tank down.
Just a hog on the point. He's a sitting duck.
He's a sitting duck. Oh, he goes down, but so does Dez. Zeke actually takes
Zig's
down
down.
two. It's actually a huge. Zeke takes down three. Is he going to give him the point, though? They are going to give him the point. Although
Yep.
O7 is so far down right now that it's like really tight. Titans can push this.
I think Topaz took it too fast and went to point too early and should have just pushed into the team when they had the advantage. They ended up making themselves a sitting duck. Tried to go out for that rollout with the ball. Didn't make it. Bob going straight into ball.
Dez trying to find some angle there on the back line against the Hanzo.
Red tank's pretty split here.
Yeah, a little bit split. Taking a look at the ult situation here, it looks like O7 is really up on ults here. I'm wondering how they're going to use this minefield. And if they can get a good minefield and some follow-up from Dez, I think they can find a lot of kills. And it looks like they...
Ooh, big pick from the Ash.
Big pick.
That was kind of their win con out there is Bob. They had a Bob coming out there, and we get a res off.
They have a Bob of their own, though, and Bob's going to go to point. It's going to force it. They try to pull Bob off the point. Not quite.
Brick
Are they gonna let
stopped
it
the
cap?
engage from the ball.
They let it cap. So Bob
let it
caps the
cap.
point. A big hook from Rub the Dub.
Ball
Not-
trying to contest.
They still have the point. Noah doesn't quite find the time to use the mines, though, and it looks like Brig
team's
is just
out.
going to recap the point.
Yep. We got a trance coming out of Titans.
Titans, they do have a trans. They do have nano.
Yep.
Or not nano. Sorry. Mines, trans, and lift as well. So I think they're just going to lift the bridge here. Let's watch Mighty Owl. See how
We
she
do
wants
have
to
an
handle this.
amp coming out from this BAP soon.
Are we going to amp quick?
Oh yeah, we got dragons coming in, mines coming on, and a lamp is out. Supports are split from red team.
A split? No, Mighty. Mighty's down. Unfortunate. At 69% for Topaz Titans.
Oof.
Excellent.
I think that was just a target focus issue.
Yeah, definitely, perhaps.
They really had the entire red team split, but blue team couldn't get a pick out of any of that chaos.
Indeed, and I like the ults that we have available to us for Topaz Titans here, and it's 86 on clock, so this is final fight territory. Really, we got to use this sigil. We got to find the time to use this pulse bomb. This window creating a lot of space. This is really getting it down to 99.
Got a
Noah's gonna touch the cart.
Bongo on out. Trance and the res is out. We need the Sigma to get in.
Bob tries to touch point, but goes into the cubby. It's finally flipped over to 07's tide, but now they still have to win this fight, which they aren't currently doing. It's one thing to flip
Red
the point, but it's
team's
another
up.
thing to win the fight. Here comes the
This is
lift.
pretty close. We get Robo 2 Rocks takes a pick on Ant.
Can Mighty stay alive? It's tough with all these people on top of her, but she's holding her own somehow. It's actually crazy. Now Noah can touch. Noah still trying to build up the minefield. We get a switch from Ant over onto the Doomfist.
Yeah, that contest from Hammond. And a sketchy Lucia. He's
Now
gonna drop a sick beat.
Malsey just trying to stay on the point as long as possible there. Overtime's kind of coming through. Unfortunately, Dez cannot stay alive. Has to recall out. Mighty, again, touching the point. And we get a slam onto the point. This is some major cockroaching coming
Double
from
blue
07.
tanks. We got double blue tanks on point. Maybe they can make something out of this. And oh,
Maybe.
they get both picked. We got
That's a whole
Doom
hog,
and
though.
a whole hog. Whole hog takes it all out.
Yeah, Whole Hog was going to be the eventuality there.
Yep.
It's a good round. Topaz Titans really showing us they came here to play, not coming here to screw around. This is exciting. We got a game on our hands here. Yeah.
I think Titans had an issue because they couldn't get Mighty Owl into position. That really causes some problems when you can't get half your team into position to
You mean
fight.
Titanium had issues. So Titanium has Owl on it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I agree with you. The red team is the Topaz Titans. You can tell because Topaz is
I thought they were
red.
Topaz Tigers.
Tigers, no. You heard it here. Topaz Tigers. Now, it looks like comps have kind of flipped, though. Topaz Titans now coming out on the ball comp. Very interesting. Well, we switch over to Brawl from the 07 Titanium side. Actually, kind of like the Brawl here.
We almost flipped comps here. We have a more close together comp on blue team and a more poke style split on the red team here.
Indeed, and I think on most maps this would be difficult for the Brawl comp, but on this one there's a lot of cover on points, so I actually don't mind it. As you see, Dez is able to freeze that ball there and get a little pick. And with one up, this should be not too difficult, but they can't go off point like Ant just did there. Now it's a 5v5 potentially, and it looks like the poke is starting to be overwhelming as we get two more picks onto 07 Titanium side. The ball is back, and obviously the ball comp is able to get back to point faster than the brawl comp. So when people start going down, I think that the spawn advantage is going to be on the ball comp side here.
Yeah, that sim comp really gets countered by poke. So we're seeing a switch out here. We're not going away from brawl though. We're going double hit scan against Echo.
They're ready for this push. They're very ready. Look how set up Topaz Titans is here. I mean, are they ready for 6? No. 1? Hell yeah, they were. But for 6, maybe. I don't know. That's a big... It's actually insane. Zeke.
Triple bomb.
Oh my
Quad
god.
bomb, if you count the mech. Holy cow.
Wow.
That I feel like red team is well informed on what's going to be played on Nepal here. They're
Indeed.
they're kind of
Yeah.
sniffing out their comps completely. We do have a split here. Both DPS on red teams are on opposite sides of the map here,
Generally a good thing for
looking
this
for
comp.
angles. Yeah,
Yeah.
got an Echo ult onto the Rhine.
Double Reinhardt's on the field.
Say, oh, charge. And a solo shatter on the Lucio from the Echo.
Well, you got to use it. Echo doesn't have that ult for too long. Definitely worth the solo shatter, 100%.
So on ult rotations, red team seems to be rotating pretty well. They have 2 ults in the pocket right now, with about 3 ults coming out from blue team.
Indeed. Blue team kind of maybe setting up a little bit. We might see a window fire strike coming in here, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, there's really no diva, so hopefully the Sigma will be proactive in using grasp.
That was close there. They almost got booped off of the edge. Then the lift happens, and then Lamp goes down. Not enough to save the team, though. The Tracer.
Tracer in blue backline.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a stick onto the McCree. This Baptiste is gonna need some help.
This Tracer's a problem for 07 Titanium, and I'm curious to see how they're going to sort of react to that as the matches go on.
Yep. Let's see. Diva's not really looking out for that Trace, so that Trace is having a free life right now.
Indeed.
Yep, and there's we go. We have 2 picks from the Tracer. And it is over.
It is over. Wow. And yes, I think excuse me, sorry. I think Topaz Titans really, I think, bringing their A game here. Zeke felt quite free. I mean, that was some living rent free there from Tracer. And
oh yeah.
I want to see, can 07 Titanium adapt? That's what I want to know. Can they adapt? And so what that's going to look like, I think primarily, and I don't know if you'd agree, is just the Diva kind of marking that Tracer a little bit more. Is there anything else you think they should do?
I think they need to be faster in their reactions. I think they're not really identifying threats that are going on.
Yeah.
We could have easily saw a team comp switch.
True.
Basically, once red team got point, blue team had a major issue in recontest with a full-on brawl against a very mobile comp. That's very hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially since they always have engage advantage.
No, I totally agree with that. It's just keeping an eye on that back line and then making your rotations fast too, right? Because if you make slow rotations, then Tracer can just sit back there and farm you. And what we saw there was first the Reinhardt went down in that final fight, and then the Tracer was completely preoccupying Ant and Froggy Bear in the back line as Cassidy and Baptiste. And the team was split. You can't split your Brawl Core like that. You need to speed boost them into the place they need to go. And you need to do it faster than Tracer can peel your attention away.
Yeah, I would say blue team Titanium needs to look at where they were losing those fights. If you notice, those fights weren't happening on point. Titans were able to actually have those fights preemptively, and that's just because you couldn't get into the fight where you wanted to. It was always in the choke or on that left cliff side.
Indeed. Yeah, I agree. Do you think the going the cliffside was a good play there? Or do you think that, like, given their composition, they should have just mostly gone upper left?
I think they ditched upper left. I do like that they tried different things.
Yeah,
I
agree
think
with you.
if they tried different things, they should have gone different comps.
Yeah.
But going upper left, that first time they got sniffed out. I think they could have done it again and maybe tried, because that high ground advantage is insane.
Yeah, and another thing to consider is that the 3K pulse bomb blew him out, but they're not going to get 3K pulse bomb 2 fights in a row. Like he has to build the pulse bomb again. So that second time might be a lot different.
And you have Diva. Diva can eat that stuff.
True.
So you have a little more protection there. Cliffside, when you think about it, if you win the fight on the high ground, where to next? Well, you go to point. Well, that's literally just jumping off the high ground. You're right on point.
Right.
If you win the fight in the choke point in the center, you still have to go all the way up to point. If you win the fight on the cliff, you have to still go all the way up the point. Your time to actually get to where you want to is still too far, and that Echo has so much free reign on that cliff side.
Yeah. That's what
That
I was
it
thinking.
was
Yeah.
it was just so free, and they had that double hit scan comp going, and of course the Echo's gonna get destroyed by that double hit scan comp theoretically in your best situation, but you then have to somehow get into position otherwise
Yeah.
against a very mobile comp that can come back.
Yeah.
You
And
almost
so
have to win 2 fights there to
yeah, no,
just
I
tap
agree with you.
point.
Win 2-5, or just like find, you might have to stabilize before you could even run to point, because as soon as you hit coast or mid,
Yep.
you're gonna get hit by a pile driver. You're gonna get hit by a tracer behind. Like, it's gonna happen. This is not a surprise. You gotta expect it at this point.
Yep. And that's not even considering ult engagements. I think the
Yeah.
only ult engagement Titanium could possibly have done is if they fire strike through amp field,
Hmm.
or if
Or Diva Bomb,
you
right?
had Diva Bomb.
Yeah.
But Reinhardt has to be in the fight in order to get value out of his ult, and both your DPS were basically LOS ults. You have High Noon and hit scan,
Indeed.
aimbot. So you need to have line of sight to get value out of those. Yeah, Eichenwald here.
Yeah, we're moving on to Eichenwald now, and this is going to be interesting. So, from what I've seen from '07 Titanium here, I think, I mean, it's going to be either. Hold on a second. That's good.
I'm not ready. No,
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking, I have a hunch that I'm pretty sure, yes. So '07 is going to play
Ooh.
Brawl on this one.
We're getting double brawl out of this.
Yeah, no.
See what Dez pops up. We might have a very mirrored team.
Maybe. I'm expecting probably a Hanzo, but it could be the Mei.
Yeah.
From what we saw yesterday though, Dez had a lot of success on the Hanzo here on Eichenwald. So we shall
Mei
see.
is very interesting. We have a completely mirrored comp.
This is all. Another thing that's interesting is that now I know a lot of people do play Brawl in this, but personally my team doesn't. And it's interesting for me to see Brawl on this, let alone Brawl v Brawl. So this is going to be super interesting.
Yeah, especially since we're holding choke point here. There's like many different ways that I've seen people hold this. We're holding choke point straight out of the gate. See, we're rotating around, right? Given.
Let's see how quickly they make this rotation. They just walled off here. The wall is potentially big, but a huge pin though. Not able to find a kill, but did get the lamps out. Main tank for Topaz, though, is down, which means they can't really do a whole lot, although we don't want to overextend as '07 Titanium side, because, again, they also have walls, so you don't want to get walled off here. It's very risky what Mighty Owl just tried to do there.
Yeah. I think Red Team saw an opening and engaged a little too hard against a Mei.
Indeed.
And got frozen, where their Mei wasn't in position to get the same value.
These walls.
They're liking to wall off that McCree. Get a flashbang hammer onto that McCree.
There's a BAP window up, though, for the Topaz Titans.
Jeez.
The Mei goes down from Topaz Titans, and 3 people go down from '07 Titanium side. It's a big cleanup. It looks like Topaz Titans is able to take the first, or take second fight win and cap the first point.
I really like that wall strategy with Red Team. They're basically splitting up down the middle, as opposed to a splitting in half through the front. Usually you want to split the Reinhardt, but I do like how they're splitting the team directly in half. It's a lot easier to hit.
I imagine we might see an Earth Shadow come out of here from... That's right. But
Blocked
double
it.
Earth Shadow comes down, and Waiters is way stronger, killing both DPS and absolutely tearing this fight wide open. Holy
Got a
shit.
triple kill with the hammer alone.
Ooh.
This is insane.
Feisty hammer play there from Water. It's just water. I'm just dumb. My bad. It's just water.
I would personally like to like pronounce it like water.
Water, yeah.
We got a wall from the Mei. This wall's going pretty big.
Oh, water's so
Risky
low.
blizzard, but it works so well.
Yeah, O7 can't really push in despite the fact that it was an isolated Reinhardt. You don't want to walk into the blizzard there. Now, Dez has his own blizzard, so let's go see how he's going to be using that.
Yeah, that was a very preemptive wall there. They're gonna have to wait for the next wall.
How cool would it be if
do
he
have a high
yeeted it through the
noon.
window? That'd be kind of sick.
I want them to lift the
He
high
ate
noon.
the blizzard.
I really do.
Oh, he ate the blizzard. Oh my god.
Double high noon out of here.
Wow. Kind of. Wow. All right then.
That was.
Oh, that's kind of gross. Eats
So
the
red
blizzard and then does that. Oh.
Red team used about 3 ults there in order to win that fight. Blue team only committed 1 ult.
Only committed one, and it's what this is showing is that Topaz Titans is willing to play a faster tempo, and I think
Yeah.
O7 needs to play at a faster tempo. Like this window needs to come down right now. Fire Strike needs to come down right now. Topaz responding pretty well, ducking back into the mega room there. Window's going to be gone, and so is the high noon. That's 2 ults down for O7 with absolutely no value.
Aggressive McCreel gets the proper pick. Traded for a support that's always an advantage.
Yeah. Potentially big wall there if they can penalize.
Oh.
Mighty goes down, and it looks like Noah just wants to try to survive here. They get the beat.
Beat drop a little later to save that Rhine, but it's saving the team so far. We got a bomb coming out here.
Bomb gets 2.
Double kill. With a remech kill on remech.
Oh my god, he remake.
Oh, wait, no, that was just a bomb kill on the mech. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Got a stagger on the Diva. We're not being too mean to the Diva today, but
Yep.
we're going to stagger her nonetheless.
All
So we
right.
used, blue team used about 3 ults in that fight.
I want to say they did. I think they're a little bit behind on ult advantage right now, but they did win a fight. Did stabilize finally.
They got amp pretty fast back because they used amp at the beginning of that last fight. Blue team needs to just get out now. Oh, and a pick on Dez.
Pick on Dez is going to be pretty big here.
Got amp. Oh, and a flank shatter there.
High noon from Ant.
Blue team can just survive this. Oh.
Looks like Dez has been able to make it back. And that's actually a really big
Freezes
blizzard.
the Diva in order to get her blizzard off, and we have another bomb.
Wow.
Red team just used all of their ultimates. If blue team can get their Mei to come back and ult onto
Morals
the
and
point, they
touches.
have it.
Oh. This is
Got a
potentially a
touch
fight. This is
here.
not over yet. Mighty Owl still on point and switched to Doomfist. This is very stallable. Big cockroach
Got
potential
Mei
here.
blizzard out, and this might actually
Lassie
turn
goes
in
down.
favor of blue team.
That's a big
We
beat.
got a beat drop.
As long as they stay on cart and don't C9 this, we should be able
Double
to see more
punch kill
fights.
for Doomfist.
There we go.
It
It looks like
blue team's got
Good job,
this
Ant.
recovered.
still a May on
Yeah,
point
well-
though, but that's a big switch from Ant, and I think
Nice.
Ant needs to stay on this Doomfist. This Doomfist has definitely done a lot of
Yeah.
work for O7 Titanium here this last fight. Big stabilize.
Switching back to Rhine, blue team. We do have a shatter coming out from water. And a high
Water.
noon from Zeke. We might get some good combo if they can get Amp up in time for a high noon fire strike.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Ant here because this Doomfist did him really well last fight, and he does have ult, so that means he can be really aggressive. Oh, unfortunate.
Ooh,
Big
the wall
shatter
and
comes
shatter.
down.
That was a huge combo. High noon through the Amp matrix.
Lots of ults coming out. Looks like Topaz is able to resist the power of the Diva Bomb. Ant's coming back out. Can he touch? Not quite fast enough, but you know what? They did stall it for another minute and a half there. They almost lost the point at 3 minutes on the clock, and it's actually down to a minute and a half. So huge cockroaching saved him a minute and a half on the clock there.
If I had an instant replay button, I would like to instant replay that last shatter from
Yeah.
water. Comboed with that May wall. That was actually very interesting. The Reinhardt jumped through the team, went to shatter, and the Mei actually walled off to split the team in half and actually protect the Reinhardt doing that shatter. Basically, Rein had free reign in that small box.
Indeed. That was really cool. A couple of really nice shatters coming from water.
We think we're going to get the same comps again?
I think so.
It looks like red team likes their comp.
Of course they liked their comp.
And starting with about 100 health.
Yeah.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Let's see where red team holds. Looks like they might hold tower here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try the tower strat instead of the computer room strat.
Yeah. The problem with computer room is if the team speeds straight to point, then you suddenly have to attack into them.
Yeah, now you lost defender's advantage.
Yep. The tower strat's pretty good because if they speed into you, you can speed around the corner. Whereas if you're in that mini room, if they speed into you, you're kind of stuck and you have to take it.
Indeed.
Ooh,
Look
we
at
got a big fire strike on like 4
Oh my
people.
god.
Fire
Water.
strike comes out from blue team, doesn't get anything. They're rotating around left side. We got
Wall doesn't find any isolations.
immediate wall. Both walls didn't really get much. We'll see. We got a
90%
freeze
of shatter.
on Diva.
Water's insane.
Whoa!
3 minutes, 30
Big
seconds on the
shatter from
clock.
red team. Got lamp out already.
Water down though. This is
Red team's pretty split. We have this Baptiste up alone by himself. Lucio, let's see if Lucio can get up to him. Nope, Lucio decides not to.
Lucio's taking a lot of damage here. Mercury on point, kind of just stalling this for quite a while.
Yeah,
Looks
this
like
one-
they have to go up to Lodge though to contest this Baptiste up here. And Baptiste uses window on the top to get no value, unfortunately. Are they going to go back up there and use it is the question.
Purely DPS window. That was purely DPS window.
Purely DPS window. And it looks like the time to kill just a little bit too slow to get this to happen. Although
Got a beat drop here.
beat and window, this double support ult and a Mei ult, this should be over at this point.
Yep.
A lot of ults committed from 07, but also, no, that's just a lot of ults coming from 07, honestly. I don't know. Because if you look at Topaz Titan side, even now, they still haven't captured the point, and
Yeah.
Topaz has 1, 2, 3, 4 ults coming on 5.
Yep.
That yeah, okay,
They're
but
going to end up with 5 in this next fight.
indeed, but I will say at least 07 willing to use the ults they have to win the fights they need to win, right? Because I mean, we were just talking about how they need to just be willing to ult and play the game faster, and I think they did play the game just a little bit faster there.
So red team has a positional advantage into this next fight. Blue team didn't have enough time to take castle yet.
Indeed. They
The
jump
difference
off.
between the two fights. Oh, we got a
Ooh.
wall splitting up the team.
Gutsy
We
jump.
got a high noon in the back line for blue team and a shatter. Wall blocks high
Counter
noon.
beat and counter high noon gets Mighty Owl.
Got a frozen May. That takes me back to the old days. And we just have May just holding left click on the team. Ooh.
Ooh, double Diva Bomb. Lots of people off the map, and now it looks like 07 is... Oh my god, Dez kills 2, actually. It's way more even than I thought. No, Dez finally goes down. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a stabilized from the Topaz Titan side. And we're probably still going to be looking at some castle control from Topaz. They're going to go back in there. Looks like 07 speeding straight out to point, forcing point
Yep,
immediately.
they're already on point.
That was
Red
a really
team
fast
doesn't
play.
have the capability to get into fight yet, but they're holding the low ground of castle, which is very
Choke.
surprising.
Oh my god, the
Ooh.
shatter from water is actually insane.
Water basically walks past that Ryan and goes, "No, I'm making my own space."
Indeed.
We got a charge. Water charges the Rhine, gets him.
Water kind of
May's
struggling to stay
going
alive here with
super
no more
aggressive on
supports.
red team here. Jeez, blue May's going in here.
Indeed. Dez not afraid to push into the enemy team, as we have definitely seen. A really great stabilize from Water to be able to stay alive there and find his way back to the rest of his team. Really impressive that the May and the Orion were able to do that. And now we're taking another fight here. Both walls down.
Out of red McCree here. Zeke might be doing a high noon. There we go. Backline high noon.
Backline high noon
Doesn't
finds
get much.
nothing though. Ant gets a kill on Zeke. And now Ant with a high noon of his own, potentially.
Blue team's pretty split here. pretty much Ryan and Lucio. Now just Lucio. Lucio can take on no one.
Yeah.
Would
Ant
have been
makes it out
nice to see
alive.
the full 1v6 here, but we'll live to see another day.
1v6, and that'll be the day.
All right, let's see. Blue team is waiting for people to come back. Red team's still going second level of castle.
I kind of like
I
what
would
they're
really
doing,
like
though.
them to go. I kind of do, but I kind of want them on full high ground. They have a McCree. They don't have any sight lines for their McCree to get any shots out.
Indeed, true. They all sticking together,
Rotate
though,
full
pretty
to
well.
point. We got an amp field, and a fire strike gets one. Ooh, and a bomb to
That's
pull
just a
out.
clean
That
fight. Just
was
a
pretty
clean
clean.
play. Yeah, that was pretty clean. Yeah, I
They
think
probably could have won that without bomb.
Yeah, I think they're sticking around in the bottom of that castle, just expecting that like castle's going to be important to 07, but 07 doesn't care to take castle. See, if 07 goes
Nope.
into the castle and up these stairs, then they're just kind of facing a total ambush.
Yep,
Which they
if
might
go
be falling
bottom
into
right,
what we're
they're
about to
gonna be
see right
stuck.
now. If they're going to fall for this ambush,
Yep, they're going underneath. Let's see what happens. We got a fire strike got canceled.
Mighty Owl kills Water and says, "I'll take your ambush and raise you a kill."
Ooh.
Eat the
Eats
blizzard. Oh my God!
We got
Another
Noah's Ark eats the blizzard. Go 2x2, and now it's gone. Here we
Now
have
each side
Mercury.
is eating the blizzard, yeah.
Mercury gets picked from the May. And now we have the lone May on point to save it. You know, the stagger will make red team have problems in this next fight, but it will actually give them another fight.
True, although there's a lot of ults coming from 07 side. I don't imagine them losing this fight. Just gonna
Got a beat
try to
drop,
use it all.
high noon, wall, ice wall, shatter. Everything's thrown out here, including the kitchen sink.
Still holding on to the Diva Bomb window, though. Still a lot of fight to be had. I imagine we might need to be using these ults to finish off this fight, because here's a bomb coming in from Topaz Titans, and this could be deadly. That actually kills two. This is not over anymore. Topaz able to cockroach it. Wow.
I'm really liking this May play coming out from Robo 2 Rocks. There's a lot of cool things he's been doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That bomb, he did the old have the ice wall up and drop it as a bomb goes off trick.
That's nice.
Really good. Oh, we're using wall to slow them down a little bit,
With 1
and
second
we're
on the
using
clock, we kinda
ice
have to.
block. Oh.
Victory.
Really close. Almost touched that. And if they touched that, there's a chance they could have won it, and there's a chance that we might have been able to see some more action. But yeah, unfortunately, Topaz Titan's going to take Eichenwald as well.
Water getting double play the game. Block the shatter and the shatter on the face, and there we go.
Triple kill.
I'm thinking Water's like shoving this hammer in places it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Just he's getting too much value out of them.
Some really big plays coming from Water there. And I think Water definitely not letting his team down, making his team proud for sure. So between the next two maps, now next two, the ones that are of choice are Rialto and Gibraltar. Between those two, which do you think is a better choice for 07 Titanium? Who gets to make this choice?
I don't really know 07 Titanium's hero pool, but I'm kind of thinking either map wouldn't be a bad changeup for them.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of shown that Brawl v Brawl. Topaz Titans are going to be taking the W with that. So let's see if we can possibly get some Gibraltar. I would like to see Gibraltar. I like
would
Gibraltar
also like to
personally.
see Gibraltar. In the first two feature matches, they continuously keep choosing Rialto. At least that's I think they chose Rialto in the first one as well. And so with so much Rialto, we'd like to see some more variety here. It'd be nice to see Gibraltar. I'd be nice to see some dive comps and have some courage here. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I really want to see some dive come out here. We saw a pretty big Brawl map, but I'd like to see what these teams can do.
Indeed. Me too. I'm also excited about it.
I think some good things coming out. Some highlights. I think Froggy Bear's been getting some pretty good ult charge on that Lucio. We've been seeing some pretty consistent beat drops out of him.
Excellent.
Des has been pretty much living rent free in the red team's backline sometimes. I think we
Indeed.
just need to get our tank line into the fight more consistently, and I think Titanium should be able to get some W's out of here.
I'm sure hoping to. I'm hoping to see O7 kind of adapt and really bring themselves back into this match. Being now that
Yeah.
they're 0-2 down, is really the pressure's on them. This is their moment. They need to like figure out what is it that Topaz is doing to them, and what
Yeah.
do they need to do to fire back. Now it looks like they're going to pick Rialto again because everyone
Okay.
just loves Rialto and not Gibraltar apparently. So
I think Titanium wins every fight they take outside, but they lose all the fights they take indoors and in small corridors.
I don't know.
If you've
They did win that one fight, second to last fight of the last map there we just saw.
Yeah.
As the fight started off with Mighty Owl MTDing water. So I don't know. Depends. It depends on what fight plan they have and the initiative
Yeah.
they take. But perhaps I don't know. I haven't really noticed. I haven't been thinking about that. I'll have to
Rialto
pay
may
more
be a
attention to it.
little interesting depending on what comp they want to take.
Indeed. I imagine we're probably going to see some double shield come up here.
Or they might want to go that Sig Ball comp.
That's also a possibility here. I know Noah's Ark definitely is excited to play the Wrecking Ball. Definitely something he wants to get more playtime on himself.
I think that can get them a lot if they can, because if they can get their tanks into the fight sooner, that would just give them a lot more value.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that for sure. So there's been some talk about the teams maybe taking a break for just a moment here, but a lot of people are also saying no, we can just go on. So that's kind of what we're waiting on at the moment.
To break or not to break? That is the question.
That is the question.
You know, one thing that I'm kind of big on whenever I coach a team is taking breaks is a good thing. Many times we're kind of up 2-0 right now.
Welcome to reality.
Many times if you're not getting value, the worst thing you can do is to expedite the loss. Taking breaks and like rethinking, resetting is actually a good way to come back and turn things around.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Taking breaks has always been beneficial to me. So yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be moving on to Rialto now, and this is a little bit of a longer sightline map. I imagine we're going to potentially be seeing some more Widow and Ash and Hanzo of the world, but we shall see. Okay, it looks like we have Ash
Double
Hanzo
shield coming
from
out of
Double-
Titanium.
Yeah, from Double Shield over here from 07.
We might be getting pure dive coming out.
That's
Red
what I
team
want to
here.
see. We're gonna be peeking at this Genji because I know that's what the crowd wants to see.
Yup.
Crowd definitely wants to see Genji pop off here, so we'll take a look
Man,
at
is
that.
it 2018 again?
It is definitely 2018, 100%.
You know, it'll be interesting to see. I think Mercury might have some leeway to swap over to a Mercy if Mercury wants to, because there's nothing really threatening the backline of Red Team right now.
That is true. Zenyatta is another possibility. I think adds even more to. Oh wow, Robo just takes a dynamite to the face immediately.
Red Team's rotating around bottom left. This is actually a very safe rotation here.
Mm-hmm. Gets them really out from underneath that spam, and it looks like Genji's just gonna simply push the cart.
Yep, Genji can hold his own with that, with his E ability.
This is deflect.
So he deflect. So he should. We get an engage out of Winston with Diva slowly after.
And when Zeke in the backline too is not something to scoff at. Marlzy almost going down there, but then
Ooh,
Dez finds
big
the headshot on Zeke is actually insane. Really awesome that Dez able to find that.
That is a great angle coming out from Zeke there, even
Yeah,
though he
indeed.
got picked. I would say do that again 100 times.
Definitely. Zeke definitely knowing his tracer rotation. Not his first time on that hero, absolutely. Ant in a good position right now to find some pretty sweet dynamites too.
This is
Tracer
kind
on
of
the
the
flank.
plus
Oh
with
my
Red
God.
Team. They have come. Ooh. This Trace is getting shut down by some pretty well-timed headshots here.
Definitely, although I don't want to say that she's playing bad, though. So, Zeke, I think, is still, I think, incentivized to stay on the Tracer. I don't think the pick is bad. It's just some really good play coming from the DPS on 07 Titanium.
I'm looking at Des here to see we have, dragons through the window. See if that gets anything. Don't
Dragon-
get anything, we go get a split.
No extra damage coming through the window on that dragon, unfortunately. The Primal, though, coming out from Topaz Titans, really splitting up the enemy team and able to find 3 picks here in a 4th pick. This is going to really solidify this fight win. Now, the question is, are they going to be able to get 3 on cart and push it all the way to the finish line here? And I think we're still going to see probably one more fight.
We get a hero swap from Titanium over to a Brig now.
A Brig, that's probably a really good swap. And not many ults to work with. Maybe Ant can build a Bob here to contest. But we also have a supercharger. I don't know. Well, we can't touch, though. They're not going to touch. They're going to come back. And now they got to get to high ground as quick as possible because that's the advantage you're trying to press here. Being on this high ground, it's hard for Dive to get up there sometimes. Having to take
That's
a little bit of
rough
poke beforehand. Yeah.
Got Tracer going up top left high ground.
Now that we have Blade, though, potentially Nano coming up after it as well.
Got a pulse bomb coming out in about 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Doesn't manage to find anything.
Okay, if red team's smart, they should probably hold all of their ultimates right now. They got a pick on the Aristo. Holy cow.
They don't have their supports. This is kind of questionable Blade, but it does
Holy
pick
cow.
one off.
We get a pick on the Ash. This should not be getting value.
Oh my god.
Both tanks down on blue side.
Forget what I said. Apparently you don't need supports in this game because you can just win a fight without supports,
You
apparently.
just need Robo 2 rocks to hit some right clicks, and suddenly the game's completely switched.
It seems like it. Now,
Blue team's holding bottom left. Diva might be a little too far forward here.
perhaps she does have the bomb, so I'm thinking the bomb's going to come out now, which it does. Bob also comes out, finds his way to the point. Not quite contesting the point anymore, though. Rally comes from the Topaz Titan side, and now they got to meet a lift, although it only lifts the Diva. Mighty Owl kind of isolated here. Probably going to die because the Genji just kind of popped off and killed everyone.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's 2 points for Topaz Titans. It looks like their dives have been successful so far.
I think that one was down to blue team got 2 split up. Tanks tried to contest point, and the supports tried to pull back, and they just got picked apart by that dive.
Yeah, and they could maybe potentially go for some more anti-dive here. Although there's a pulse bomb taking out Froggy Bear. Response with a dragon that isn't going to find anything. Ana kind of stuck behind there, but able to now look past. They potentially have a primal, which is coming in online now. Mighty Owl falls asleep there for just a moment, kind of tuckered out perhaps. As Noah Arcs goes down, Mighty Owl goes down. We got another blade coming from Robo.
That fight was completely opened up by that Winston ult. Winston basically took the entire tank line from blue team and went, no, you're going over here.
Yeah, exactly.
That is all she wrote.
Those primals are pretty
Oh wait, no, there's a second
Yeah.
chapter.
Oh, there's going to be a second chapter. I'm feeling it. I think 07's coming back from this. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It's only 3.5 minutes on the clock. Nothing. Okay, easy. We got this. Okay. 07 about to pull out the most insane strats you've ever seen. You'll never see a Bastion teleport so swiftly and with such grace. I could be completely wrong about that.
Are we going to get a Maywall over the high ground and then a replay of the map because our officials don't like it?
I'd love to see a Maywall over the roof. That'd be so funny. My team used to do that stuff, and it was so much fun when we did.
Again, double barrier out of the red team this time.
Seems like a pretty common defense in this tournament. I've seen a lot of double barrier defense on Rialto so far.
Almost looks like they're mimicking the exact comp from blue team.
Topaz Titan looking to show them how it's done, if you will.
Again, a mirror of double barrier. Only difference is one side has a Mercy and one side has a Zen.
Which do you like better? Just raw vacuum.
It depends on the team. If you have a Zen, you're going to be wanting to take more damage. If you have a Mercy, you're going to want to get more picks.
Right.
So one's better for shedding barriers, the other one's better at getting
Oh
picks.
my. Looks like Robo able to get a quick kill on
There you
Amp
go.
there.
So red team got their win condition where they wanted to get a pick on the enemy team. Blue team wants to burn down the barriers and win the barrier war. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Blue team staying on low ground.
Robo
They're
finds
happy and
another
healthy staying
kill.
underneath the wall. Backline is split from blue team.
A little bit, definitely really split on blue team's part here. It's not going to have a lot of focus if tanks are on cart and no one else is, and everyone else is way down the lane. Robo just kind of picking the entire team apart here. They gotta do something about this Hanzo. Be a little bit more efficient on him.
You know what they say about Hanzos? Eventually
a lot of
they'll
things.
hit a shot.
Wow. And when they
It's
do,
pretty much-
ow, it kind of
Yep.
hurts.
It does.
Oh
The thing is, the
my.
longer the fight.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Holy cow. If
Got
I was a cow right
dragon
now,
freckles.
I would moo. Honestly, if I was a cow, I'd give like a
Yeah.
long moo, and y'all would know exactly what it means. I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna
No,
keep still
what
keep an eye
does
on
it mean?
Robo. What does it mean? I don't know. Shut up.
Hold on.
Zeke, big kill there on Ant. We've got a Dragon Arrow potentially coming here from Robo.
I think blue really needs to figure out their engagements here.
Yeah.
Got Sigma and Orisa finally made a rotation. Ooh, Dragon Arrow on the Amp field.
Able to take down Noah's Ark and also takes down Mighty Owl. Lamp is gone from the equation as well. Marlzy just trying to stay alive as long as possible. Unfortunately, she goes down as well as the rest of 07 Titanium just retreats for their lives back to the spawn room.
I think Titanium needs to shake things up because they can't make that rotation up to that high ground as easily.
Yeah, you know, this is the situation where you'd want to figure out how you can add some more speed or just do something else with your team comp. There's a lift that's going to be able to lift a few up in the air and it responds with a Transcendence. So they're not going to lose anybody here, but that is one way to get Transcendence out. Zeke throws the Bob on cart, which isn't going to do anything. There's a perfect rotation and timing for 07.
It actually pushes the Zen out. Zen can't join his
The
team
Zen,
right now.
yeah, Zen was a little bit pushed out there. And unfortunately, Dez goes down again to Robo 2 Rocks. A little bit of a crazy play here coming from Robo on the Hanzo.
Yeah. With these shield v shield fights, you need to be using a shield in order to stay alive, and I think red team's doing a better job at staying behind their barriers.
Indeed, and they managed to get the res off on Zeke. So, despite getting that kill, he's not going to be absent for this next fight. 1 minute left on the clock. Something's got to change here from 07. And they might try the dreaded right alley, and if they do, I feel like they're going to be very disappointed because this Hanzo ult is going to completely rip them apart. Okay, it looks like they're not going to go for that
We
route.
will have 5 ults coming out of here. They have 2 ults that can clear the high ground if they use them. They have a Bob going straight to point, I think? Where is it? Ah,
There it is.
Bob in the
Trying to
back
burn down the
line.
Bob. There's the lift. There's the play that we wanted to see from 07. Finally getting a couple picks that they need there.
There we go.
Still got to take care of Zeke on this off angle. Last thing they want to do is get any of their team staggered here. Zeke still on the high ground, a really strong position from Zeke.
Got
Yep,
Dez put some arrows into her.
that's how to do it.
Let's see if there can be a recontest. Looks like probably not. There we go. Let's see. Does blue team... Are blue team able to clean up?
This is the momentum you want to carry. I mean, you want to get onto
Yeah.
this high ground as quick as possible and do not let them get a foothold. Both teams do not want either the other... They don't want the other team to get a foothold on this high ground. So, really good play from Mighty and Mighty and her team to get up here and kind of control this
big
top.
headshot out of Dez.
Huge, actually.
Gonna
They
get
managed to get
res.
the res, though. And we get Mercury with the Valk. Going to protect her team through this and potentially get her team back into the fight.
You know, if I was on Titanium right now, it'd basically be saying, let them have it. We can let them have this fight. They're using all their ultimates on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dez is getting a flank. Gets 2 on that one.
It's a nasty flank. He's on that power position that you never want to let the enemy team
Yep.
have.
Blue team basically flipped the high ground on red team and are just able to shred out on them. Respawns are coming back, though. So they're going to have to regroup.
Indeed.
That was a one fight out of Titanium.
Yeah, you know, I think 07 maybe finding their momentum here, finding their stride. 'Cause it looks like they're about to cap point 2. Water can't quite touch. We've got 2
That was
minutes and 24
That was a
seconds.
huge win out of Titanium because they got out of that fight with more ult charge than they started.
Indeed. Maybe we've seen a new era of Titanium, which is exactly what they need right now. Dueling dragons
Double
from both
dragons.
teams.
Are we watching Avatar?
Double
Because I feel like
Sigil
dancing.
from both. No, not double Sigil. My bad. Double
Ooh.
window and double dragons with a Sigil on top. It's like Topaz Titan's able to clean that one up at the expense of perhaps some more ults, though.
Yeah.
So it looks like 07 looking pretty with 4 ults, while Topaz chilling with 1 coming up to 3.
One thing that is interesting is if you compare stats between the two teams, blue team is more consistently using their ults more often. Well, less often than red team. If you notice, blue team only used 2 ults in that last fight, where red team used 3, but red team's been pulling them out.
True. And throws a bomb on point, gets booped right on top of the payload, so that's interesting.
We got a Hanzo flank. Valkyrie got thrown into the ground.
They're finally able to deal with that Bob. They still have 5 alive right now. While Noah's Ark's going to come back on the Orisa. Got a long walk to go, and so this is a chance for Topaz Titans to claim this right here. And they switched over to the ball now. They're going to
Water
get
took a drink and is now going ball.
Indeed. They're also on the monkey too, and this is like a huge dragon that creates a lot of space, kills a couple, and now Topaz has stabilized this out, and this is going to be really, really tough for 07.
Monkey Doom too.
I don't think 07 was ready for this little adaptation that Topaz came and brought him here. Yeah, kind of switched to a interesting sort of dive comp.
Yeah, it looks like Ball's gonna go back. Do you think they're switching comp completely, or was that just them jumping over to a stall comp a little too early?
I think it was just a jump over to a stall comp, but it's going to work out for them because 07 just doesn't have the ready for it.
No.
Yeah, they weren't on the Brig, they weren't on the Diva, they weren't on like a Torb or anything to like counteract dive.
Blue team's on Zen Baptiste. They don't have any window in order to stop a dive.
Indeed. And so that's going to be one more map up for Topaz Titans. So far, 3-0 in favor of the Topaz Titans. And hopefully we see a little bit more push from 07 Titanium in this last match. Otherwise, it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. I think Topaz Tigers use ults a little too often. Titans. Topaz Titans use their ults maybe a little too often. Whereas Titans use their ults a little too sparingly.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is they're using their ults too often, but they're actually getting value out of it because they're actually using their ults more proactively.
Yeah.
And I don't really see a fight where Titans are dealing with any issues of not having an ult.
Indeed.
I don't think we've had a dry fight from any of these teams past the first engage.
It's definitely it certainly has been tough for them. I think a lot of great play coming from Topaz Titans as well. I mean, I'm talking a lot about how 07 has to adapt and bring up their game, but it also seems like they kind of are but so is Topaz. Like every game, both
Yeah.
teams seem to play just a little bit better, and there's just a little bit more that O7 has to like climb over. The mountain just keeps growing and growing as Topaz is just such a strong team, and they just keep getting better.
I feel like Topaz is doing a lot of trickery without it really doing trick plays. They're just throwing things at Titanium that they aren't expecting in their face.
Indeed.
Got a King's Row coming out here.
Indeed. So it looks like we're going to come out with the Kings Row. The only other option there was Gibraltar, which I haven't actually seen yet in a feature match. So hoping to see that at some point throughout this tournament. But we're going to see Kings Row, which is obviously a pretty common one. So I'm wondering what's going to come out from both sides. Are we going to see some brawl, or are we going to see Topaz Titans bring out the teleporting bastion on top of the statue strategy like the fans want to see?
I think Titanium shouldn't be taking in another brawl fight. They should shake it up.
Yeah.
This might open up to a few things. I think Topaz Titans are probably going to definitely go that brawl comp. It feels like they have their comfort picks, and that's where
Indeed.
things get a little messy, is they're comfortable in certain settings, and they won't switch off comps. I don't see Topaz switching comps that easily.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think that last switch on Rialto was more of them going, oh, we need to contest point. And when they did that, they ended up with Ryan Winston in the last fight. Which I can almost guarantee they have not practiced.
Hey, you never know. You never know what a team has or hasn't practiced. And I, give them some credit. Maybe they did practice for Ryan Winston. And maybe they're going to pull it out for Kings Row. You never know. The whole legendary Ryan Winston Lucio Zen comp that you didn't know existed, it might be the new meta.
Yeah, the 2014 meta.
Right, the 2014 meta. Exactly. Indeed. I'm pretty sure the Chicago Bulls was playing that team comp back in 1997.
Yeah, with Rockley.
Indeed. Well, I guess we have to ready up too here.
Now entering King's
Topaz Titan should be attacking first.
I believe so, yes.
match.
We had an initial Zarya pick suddenly, but might be changing minds here.
I don't think it should be able to show us a hero pick yet because it's in the assemble your heroes phase. You shouldn't have seen a hero.
That's wild. I just had a Zarya pop up on my screen from Rub the Dub. Just
I see the
flickered
health
Zarya.
bar. That's interesting.
Yeah. We'll see.
A little bit of a glitch, perhaps, but probably is going to play Zarya. Yeah. Okay.
Ready for battle.
We're going to see.
Honestly,
What?
Titans playing a Rein Zarya could be very good because they've been doing pretty well with aggression.
Yeah.
And a Rein Zarya comp is more aggressive. Blue team here is going to go Rein Diva. They're going to have to play slower fights. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that tempo up.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, you never know. Noah has been known to be able to eat some grav, so I'd love to see Noah be able to eat a grav this game. That'd be really cool. He was able to eat a blizzard on Eichenwald.
Nice.
I know he's a very hungry boy, so let's see what he can pull off here.
I do like the Mei Hanzo. It gives them more capabilities, but they're going to need to take fights a lot slower.
Defend objective.
Indeed.
Got a Mei Symmetra. I'm getting deja vu vibes from this. See where this sim goes.
Let's see if they give him the Dryden special.
Oh, walled off.
Welcome
And
for
they
both
don't need
teams
the sim.
Oh, they don't. Absolutely, they do not. They get 2 picks right off the bat there, killing Ant and Mighty Owl. Unfortunate for
Sim
07.
just TPs to the point.
Yep. Mousy going to try to stay alive as long as possible. There could be a potential for a recontest here, but I don't know if that's the plan. Yeah, it looks like Marley just gonna retreat back to team and try to stay alive.
We're
Good
getting a
survivability.
Pharah. I like this.
Stop
Okay, this is also another one of the Dryden specials, just randomly switching to Pharah with no mercy in sight. Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, indeed. See how Des does with this Pharah pick. This is the kind of switch up that you need, though. Look, there's a pick immediately, and it looks like they're already going to get some value from this. I think Des just realizing there's no hit scan on the enemy team other than Baptiste, although if you're going to play on the low ground like that, I don't know.
Poor Water just shattered the entire team and had no one to follow up.
Unfortunate. So far, Des getting a lot of value on this Pharah pick.
This is exactly what Titanium needed. They needed something different, something messy, but different.
For Des to pull off the weights, as they said in match chat earlier.
There's not really anything to hit Des right now except that Baptiste, and all Des needs to do is get over their backline, and they can't really do much.
Indeed.
You can't survive with that Pharah right on your back.
This wall perhaps misplaced, though, not really able to grant Topaz Titans much space.
Double lamp is down. Both lamps are gone, and we have a barrage.
Barrage. Able to get two
Barrage
picks.
getting two.
Is it going to be enough, though? Because it looks like 07 kind of split and kind of dying, unfortunately. It looks like Zeke able to take down Dez, and now Noah's is down, and now Ant's down, and Marlo's just the only one alive. Hope she doesn't use that beat. I think she wouldn't use the beat.
Got a Lucio in the back line here. Let's see Marlies.
Marley just going to kind of get out and regroup with the team. Really principled player. Marley, very good principled player.
I would have
really
liked
go
a
for
Rambo out of that
Lucio.
one, but I understand.
Okay, so we got a Blizzard coming from Robo. Let's see if Noah can meet this. I'm going to keep an eye on Noah here.
Got a window. These windows aren't really comboing with these fire strikes.
Not able to eat the Blizzard. Oh, the Blizzard hasn't come out. Oh, here it comes.
The beautiful beat drop there.
A lot of stuff going on here. A lot of visual artifacts happening. When the dust settles, though, Topaz Titans looks like they're going to be the ones on top. Not gonna lie, with the wall and double Blizzard and bomb and other stuff and beat, I didn't quite know who was winning there in the middle of that action.
Yeah. Wall goes up and immediately my eyes get blurry. There's just so much light on the screen. Got a high ground Symmetra.
Able to feed a lot of energy to the Zarya
on this sim.
I agree with you.
The longer the fight goes on, the more ramped up the sim gets, and we get a pick. We're on Junk Pharah right now. This is interesting.
Pharah. It's working out for them. I mean, they can't handle the fact that Dez is in their back line just eating them alive. Oh my lord.
Triple kill with a single rocket.
Ooh, okay, I think if you're Topaz, you have to respect and recognize that Dez exists and something has to be done about it. And it looks like Zeke's going to switch over to that Cassidy pretty much because he has to.
Yeah. Really, the only thing coming out from Titanium right now is this Barrage, but Barrage
not much coming in from the other team, though.
Got picked out of the Rhine. That's kind of a lost fight immediately. Yep, Pharmacy is given some space. They need to wait for their Rhine.
Indeed. That's kind of just telling the enemy team where he is right now by throwing those rockets through there. Could be a little bit sneakier, but we'll see how he goes through this.
The Barrage going on to the McCree.
Trying to find the McCree. Does actually find the Cassidy there, although goes down himself to the Blizzard. They get the res off on Dez, and that is an actually insane res from Marlzy.
Oh, Baby Diva is getting destroyed by rockets right now, and Robo 2 Rocks had a perfect timed wall there to save his own life.
Indeed.
Again, Cheeky here on the Pharah, and we're able to get out.
Junkrat throwing some pipes at the spawn room. Let's see how we use this tire here. I mean, this tire could really just open this whole fight wide open and end a fight before it even begins. So we'll see if that happens. But, I mean, a Shatter could come through from the other side as well. So I'm interested to see what's going to go on here. It's like Diva going to contest the high ground.
Lamp out before they Junkrat ult.
Shatter from one side is Shatter from the other side.
Oh! Water wins that engage.
Here's the tire. Tire goes down, unfortunately.
They had to beat drop and wind and lamp for that one, so
Noah has to remake himself. And there's the Barrage not able to find anything. 07 might be on the back foot here. Do they realize it, though? Are they going to give him the space?
Yeah, 07's gonna need to calm down on this one, or else they might not be able to recontest.
Indeed. Ant goes down a little bit late there. Noah, he's alive currently, but maybe feeding his mech in a second here.
Oh, charge onto the Pharah.
Oh my god.
Round one.
The
Holy
charge kill on
cow.
Pharah is actually kind of Giga Chad, not going to lie. I respect that.
Score. 0.
Pharah was waiting in spawn there and had a German hit her in the face.
Indeed.
Initiate.
Reminds me of 1939.
Oh my god.
What, have you seen Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark?
Yes. Been a while, but I have.
Uh, no relations, but
No, of course, of course. Impressive showing there coming from Dez. Great adaptation going on to the Pharah pick. Despite not having that Mercy Pocket in the beginning, eventually got the Mercy Pocket and forced the switch over from Topaz Titans. So good on him. That was awesome. We need to see more of that, though, if we're going to take home a victory in this final round.
yeah. Looks like Titans are expecting to see
Incoming.
some type of shenaniganery, and so they're going with the McCree.
Indeed, shenaniganery. New vocabulary word of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, it's in Webster's Urban Dictionary.
Urban.
What do you think about this McCree pick?
I do like the shenaniganery, which is another word I'm going to use, separate from the word you just used, because I said it and I'm awesome. So
5, 4,
All right, don't think about my feelings.
1.
Ooh, we got a Widow coming out high ground here.
Defend objective A.
She's going to be saying hello to Diva with a couple of dinks to the face.
couple of dings, but some of us DM'd. We're gonna switch to the Cassidy.
Right over to Cassidy. We're going to go this brawl again.
It's walled off
Walled
immediately.
off
This
the
is
tank.
dangerous for 07. Might
Got
even
a
look at
lamp
this.
out on the Rhine. They live through it.
So 07 has to play around that wall, but Topaz doesn't because they're not playing against a May.
Yeah.
They're just playing the
And
Reaper
both
cast.
lamps are down, so it's basically down to the second May wall. Yep, and Ryan's down.
Ryan is in fact down. Malsey maybe a little bit too overextended there, manages to find her way out. 07 really kind of just wants to totally find the way out. Ant might be able to go on the flank, though. I'm wondering to see if he's going to. I think that's going to be the edge they need. Ant trying to turn some attention around.
I think for fight losses out of there from Titanium, I think that was actually a really good fight loss because you were able to get your entire team out.
Big window taking up all that space. Mighty able to walk all the way up to the right side of Hotel
Perfect.
there. High
They
Noon from
flip
behind.
inside Hotel. High Noon gets a bullet shotgun to the face from Reaper.
And there's a counter window from the Topaz Titans. Trying to push Mighty Owl back, which does kind of work and kind of gets their toe off point a little bit there. Although
Ooh.
07 does have one tick. Mighty Owl goes down. It's kind of a stalemate here, and it looks like 07 is just going to have to regroup themselves, and I think that's a good choice rather than feeding. They're going to get a regroup here, find their main tank, and then push back out. Excuse me, sorry, it looks like Topaz Titan, though, have a little bit of ult advantage. If they use their ults really quickly, at least.
I'm thinking they're going to want to go for a a bomb High Noon here. Ooh, we got a shatter into the back line for blue team. Well, against blue team. And a couple
Indeed.
of German swings to a Reaper.
I don't know about you, but I'm still rooting for the eating on this blizzard, so I'm trying to keep an eye on Noah as much as I can here. Looks like Robo's hiding, though. Robo wants to get the sneak off on this blizzard. He thinks that they're going to just go around without even looking at him, and if he gets this, this is going to be absolutely massive.
They're playing Reaper. They should know better to check their corners.
Oh.
Ooh, and we got a pause out of here.
I think somebody might have disconnected. Oh? Yeah, it must be disconnect because Mighty Owl was the only one with pause permissions anyway.
The blue team's win con right here is to basically punch into the back line of red team and really get that Reaper doing some work. If Reaper's just going
Yeah.
up against shields, you're not really getting anywhere. If you can get Reaper past that shield, he
Teleport up
should be able to
behind, yeah.
tear them up. Yeah.
That's the idea. And Ant also has ult here, so it's very likely that's what he's kind of looking to do. But I am very interested in this little sneak attack that Robo's setting up here inside the little cubby.
Yeah. What's interesting is it looks like blue team's going main, and that's nowhere near where Robo is actually hiding. So Robo might be into the fight a little bit late here.
Maybe.
On the plus side, though, I don't think the Diva is going to be able to eat it as easily.
That's the main thing. Like, that's the thing that Robo really wants to get around here. So either he has to make sure that Diva gets demeched first, or be very careful about how you use the Blizzard, which is what he's trying to do.
Also, I'm looking at my pause screen, and I see we have a Reinhardt over on the far right there. The little corridors. Red team might not be prepared for this next fight.
Maybe.
Yeah, they don't have Ryan. Ooh, nice eat on that fire strike. That could have been detrimental. And Blizzard comes out with a bomb. Takes out Lamp.
A huge charge there from Water taking down Marlsey.
I think red team strat was just press Q and just hope everything worked well.
Indeed. All right, so now I'm really interested to see what Ant does. I mean, 1 minute left on the clock. He's got to make something happen here. He's got ult. I imagine he's going to try to TP up to the high ground.
I think it's going to come down to these dueling shatters.
Here's the TP. He's going up to the back lookout, and here's the ult. But the beat came in just in time. He's not able to find any kills.
Oh,
unfortunately,
there
guy's
we
a
go.
Jedi.
Water gets a shatter first, and the fight is won.
All right, well, that was a quick fight, and there's just 34 seconds left on the clock, so it's not over yet. But 07 needs to make something happen right now. We are last fight of the match territory coming right now.
Switch over to Junk Hanzo coming out
Junk
here.
Hanzo, interesting swaps here coming out. Let's take a look at Dez, see if we can find any picks right off from the beginning. Wall comes out.
Bomb shatter coming out. Ooh.
Huge kills from Bomb. Okay.
That was extremely surprising. That was not what they were expecting.
Indeed not. Mighty Owl able to get a couple of cleanup kills here and taking a lot of space, being having a lot of initiative here. Maybe going too far, though, although we do have a lot of support coming right behind her. Maybe she even goes a little further in this point.
We have a Diva pushing point here. I'm not really too big of a fan there.
Yep.
For those of you that are yelling at our screen for missing something pretty big, I do want to say we did notice that the Reinhardt got his ult canceled by a McCree flashbang. I just don't care.
I missed it. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my god. DPS kind of coming alive now.
We have two amplification matrices there, which basically means support should just press W. And left click.
A lot of space being just made for free here from 07, understanding that in this street phase is really a bit of a snowball. And they're taking advantage of that for sure. Although I'd like to see Frog and Ant maybe on the high ground here would be a little bit better for them. Tire coming out here soon. Looks like we're going to try to sneak a Tire from behind.
Curse. This is definitely a sneaky Tire.
Yeah, it's not very sneaky when Rub... Oh, Rub doesn't know. Lacks the critical information.
Dragon coming out to split the team. Let's see how it goes.
Fortunately, Tire not able to find any kills. Mighty goes down before the Shatter can do anything.
Blue team got split there by that wall.
All right, well, it looks like Mercury gets a 2-piece. Interesting, coming from the Topaz Lucio player.
Blue team's pulling back, hoping to fight another day. I would really like if that Hanzo took that high ground there, but I understand not wanting to go too far.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see how they play this defense here. Looks like Junkrat going for a little poke off of the side alley.
We have a shatter coming out from Ideal here. Ooh, eating that blizzard out of Noah's Ark. Hey, you said it was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen, I believe. Mighty Owl takes a lot of stuns to the face there, unfortunately.
High noon coming out from red team. This is pretty cleaned up.
30 seconds left, though. 07 needs to stabilize.
Fight going on here on the left side here.
Dez in an interesting spot. Although with low health, I mean, he's just going to die to this D.Va, right? He needs to stay alive here. If he dies here, it's really bad.
Dez is literally living on a prayer and, oh, got picked
Unfortunately
by
goes
that
down.
McCree. He was halfway there, too.
Oh my god.
Got a Maywall coming out.
Shatter gets blocked by Mighty Owl. Mighty Owl's coming back in.
Pretty huge lamps coming out from Froggy Bear here, and an amplification window. Man, if Mighty Owl stepped back just a little bit, he could have gotten that extra boost.
Indeed.
Got Baptiste on point. This is pretty much a clean out from blue team.
This is the time they needed the clean out, being that it's overtime in the final
Nice
match.
shot from Dez there. The blue team really needs to take this high ground now. This is where blue team's gonna shine because red team doesn't really have anything to contest high ground right now. And if Dez goes on high ground, he's gonna be free.
Indeed,
Ooh,
there is a
dragon straight
dragon.
into the team. Got a pick on the Lucio. This is gonna be pretty big. Lamp come out from red team. Blue team's kind of in the lead right now. Ooh,
Ooh, a little bit of delayed shatter there, but hits so many people. Mighty's so low.
3 shatters.
Still staying
Only
alive,
11
though.
health though. Oh, Rub the Dub goes in the tub. As Rub the Dub goes off the cliff.
Mighty's gonna have to go back and get a mega health pack.
We got a May ult coming out pretty soon. See if it gets eaten again.
I would love to see Noah eat another blizzard. That'd be fantastic.
Got double tank ults coming out from blue team.
There's a D.Va bomb trying to open up the space for Topaz Titans. Noah kind of finding himself in a cubby. Oh my god.
Blue team's getting picks.
Oh my god. 07 Titanium really stabilizing there, able to finally get it in.
We're going to another round.
Another round, oh my god. Although 1 minute left on the clock here for 07, they're going to play really fast. Really fast.
Yep. We're getting some good Maywalls coming out of red team, but Froggy Bear's been able to lamp them up every single time. And that's allowed them to push it all this way so far with that extra span from Ant and Dez.
Indeed. Are we going to see any change up, any adaptation for this final round from both sides? But it's not necessarily the final round. They could still push all the way to the end. It's just very unlikely. Although we would love to see it.
Looks like blue team's gonna stick with what they finally got working in that last round and go for a. Oh, they're switching things up. It looks like.
Looks like Dez is gonna try out the Junkrat.
I'd really like if they started with a Hanzo. They were doing pretty good on Hanzo last round.
Ant was playing the Junkrat last round, so it's interesting to see Dez pick up the Junkrat for this round.
Same comp coming out of red team here.
Yeah, they tried and true. They're just gonna see if they can do what works. I'm not really sure what this thing is from Rub the Dub. Just eating the widow shots.
That's a pretty good strat.
Actually, you know what?
Get some
yeah, because it gives you
to see.
support ult charge, and Ant switches anyway. So Ant doesn't get any ult charge from that.
Nope.
That's actually
also,
free. Oh my god.
Also, on top of that, they get some checks to see what's going on with the other team. It's a good scout maneuver.
It's actually, yeah. No, I mean, you changed my mind a little bit there on that.
And switches over to this soldier. I'm not really sure what they're expecting with this soldier, especially on this low ground.
Indeed. No, here
Red
looking to
team
die as
gets
quick
the
as
W
possible.
on this one because Ant wasn't able to get into the fight fast enough. I was just down to timing. Honestly, I totally see Ant running around in their backline rent-free. Ooh, quick Amp field almost gets the kill on the Reinhardt.
Manages to get the kill on the Reinhardt there, actually. They're
Eventually,
running
yeah.
in really fast now. Marley goes down. Noah trying to stay on point. Noah gets stunned out of mech. Unfortunately, Dez needs to find something here. It's overtime, and I don't know that Dez is going to be able to do
Switch
it.
to a ball. That's it.
Well defended by Topaz Titans.
Yep.
Now here, 07 really just playing for the draw situation. They can't really let
3.
Topaz get a
Sides.
single tick.
We might get a last map draw on this one.
Maybe. You know,
What happens
seeding,
if there's a draw? Do we play again?
no. Seeding does matter, but I mean, it would be 3-1 still in favor of Topaz Titans, or 3-0-1. But like I said, I mean, seeding still matters. So this draw, not worth nothing.
Ready for battle.
Well, we're getting possibly a Bastion coming out here. Nope, we're going Doom. We're going Soldier. We're going Bastion.
Soldier, Doom, Bastion. Would I like this comp idea. I just play like every DPS hero.
Attackers
Yep.
incoming in
Might be hesitant. Nope, we're going Widow. Really pulling me here.
Yeah, Widow.
I really think Widow's not the pick.
Yeah, I think Hanzo is the pick, though. Hanzo, not too bad.
Hanzo has a higher sustained damage, where Widow has the better burst and hit scan potential. But against against this big brawl comp, you're not gonna want anything else.
1.
Indeed.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
See, we're holding
We're not holding behind statue anymore.
Hotel.
Yeah, we're holding hotel
Yeah, we're
side.
holding hotel.
A little bit of an adaptation there from 07.
Seems like DPS somehow got a pass the choke before the tanks. How did that happen?
Not quite sure exactly.
They're going straight through hotel. Lamp is out prematurely. This is big for red team, as Dez gets a pick.
Indeed, I don't know if the going through hotel is quite the play against the Junkrat. That's not really the route you want to take. Against the Junkrat, I think you want to take wide statue.
Ooh, Dez gets a pick, and that's it for the fight. This is
Yes,
good
indeed.
pullout from Titans.
I wouldn't know because I never pull out. Actually, that's probably not appropriate for the stream. Anyway, looks like they're going to get a stabilized from Topaz Titans, and they're going to be pushing in here in just a moment. No ults on the board yet except for Hide and Bush.
They're pretty much playing for Lamp right now.
Here is the window.
Amp out and ooh,
And the
takes
tire
out
coming around. Can they kill the
Reinhardt
tire?
immediately.
Tire able to
Big
kill
gets
Mercury.
a pick on Lucio. Dez gets a pick on McCree. They are up in the fight. Titanium. Diva's down for trying to touch the point. This might actually be it.
1 minute 15
Red
seconds on
team
the
really
clock.
needs to pull out. We got Ampfield
Yeah.
out, and Reinhardt's is trying to go for broke and goes broke.
Indeed. Really actually impressive defense here coming from 07. They're not able to get past this Junkrat. This Junkrat now has faltered their way through the hotel, has used tired this previous fight and stopped them from like making a consistent push. Let's see what Ant can do this next fight as we are entering, if this is a
Last
long
fight.
fight, potentially last fight territory. They're going to run down main again, running
Pretty
straight.
good fire strike out of... Ooh, pick onto that May.
That's exactly what they need to see. Although Shatter
High
Noon.
Noon gets 2 shatter.
Oh, well.
We got our second dragon of the round.
30 seconds remaining.
That is going to be all she wrote, unfortunately. Topaz Titan is going to be able to get that last tick they needed for the 4-0
Dang.
finish. But, you know, it wasn't easy for them. This is definitely well fought on both teams. It's closer than the 4-0 suggests.
I
And
think this is the
yeah,
triple rocket coming out from Dez.
this is such a cool play. You don't usually see like triple kills coming from far often with a single rocket, but this is pretty incredible.
Correct shot on the Baptiste.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Incredible shot there from Des.
Epic.
You know the Farah fight song?
No.
Ayo, 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 AOE,
Okay.
AOE.
Wow, I really regret not ending the recording just a moment sooner. Sheesh. Okay. Well, anyway,
Got it on the call.
it is okay. Well, anyway, thank you for watching our third feature match as we entered here into round 2. Still looking for more feature matches as this round continues throughout this week, and hope you all have an awesome day. Good job to both teams,
Thank you.
and thank you, Dryden, for co-casting with me.